All right, Darren McDuffie here, alias Fat Man, helping you become perfectly healthy and toned and conscious, of course. So, talking tonight a little bit about perfection, and this is something that I learned probably about a month ago. I've been reading a book, and within that book, it was talking about perfection and why perfection isn't the greatest state to be in. So I'm going to wait a few minutes to let people come in to the live broadcast, and you'll see what's going on. And you'll see these numbers up here, 27:7, words, illusion, soul, and growth. And those will be all things that, I'll be talking about tonight. So I'll give it a few minutes, few seconds here, and wait for people to join if they'd like to join. So we'll just go ahead and get started and just talking about perfectionism, because I know being perfect, it's something that our society really wants us to believe that everybody should be perfect. We have TV, which portrays the perfect family. We have Instagram, which has photo filters, all these different things to make us look perfect. But what we don't realize is that being perfect is an illusion. It's a really big illusion that people don't understand. And from perfectionism comes a lot of things. The root is perfectionism, but from that offsprings different types of things. So out of perfection, what we get is we get comparing ourselves to others. We get jealousy. We get a lot of different things because most people are looking at other people and comparing themselves to someone else and saying that this person has the perfect life. This person has the perfect marriage. This person has this. So I want that as well. Here's something that I learned a long time ago when I had my business, when I had a fitness boot camp. And one of the things that I would do was I would look at other people's businesses on Facebook and just generally compare myself to their business. Like, hey, well, they're showing all these good pictures of people working out and all these other things. And here I am with my business was struggling, and I'm less than perfect. So it made me feel like less than a human being. And for most people, this standard of perfection really makes us feel like we're not living up to something. So what happened with me was someone advised me. I remember speaking with someone, and they said, Darren, don't ever buy into this vision of perfection or this standard of perfection, because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And slowly but surely, I don't wish and bad on anybody, but slowly but surely, I saw how things began to turn out. These people were closing their businesses and saying that they were not going to run their fitness boot camp and doing all this stuff. But I was comparing myself to them. So the first thing you want to do is don't always believe in the illusion of perfection, because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You also don't know what somebody else's journey is about. You don't know what they're here to experience. So don't ever compare yourself to someone else, and don't ever think that everything is perfect with people. We're always going through something. And I posted this on Facebook earlier where I said that no one is exempt from the soul's growth. No one is exempt from the soul's growth. So the numbers I posted on here are 27 and 7. It takes 27 days for your skin to break down. And this will all make sense after I go through it. 27 days for your skin to break down and rejuvenate itself. It takes 7 weeks. I think it's 7 weeks, 7 years. Don't quote me on that. that your cells break down and regenerate. So what does this mean? This means that we're in a constant state of flux. The body is constantly building itself. You know, my radio program, my podcast is called Perfectly Healthy and Toned Radio. I should rename it to Imperfectly Healthy and Toned Radio, because there is no perfect body. The body, everybody's body is constantly breaking down, from your skin, even from your cells, and constantly rejuvenating and rebuilding itself. So the body is always in constant state of flux. Something else I found out about the liver as well is that if the liver is injured, then the liver will not go back to its shape, but it will grow back to its present size. So that's another little tidbit in there to let you see that the body is always in a constant state of flux, and that the universe, how we're going through life, is always in a constant state of flux. It's always changing. It's always chaotic. And many people don't understand that. They think that they're going to be in life and it's going to stand still for them, but it's not like that. For many of you watching this video, perfection is a way for you to halt what you're going to do. It stops you from getting to the place that you want to get. You're saying, well, I can't get in front of the Facebook and do a video because I'm not perfect yet, or I can't get this other job because I'm not perfect yet. There's something I have to do, or I can't do whatever I have to do because it has to be a perfect moment. Everything has to be perfect. But going back to that, what I said is perfection is an illusion. And what perfection actually keeps you from doing is it keeps you from growing. And everyone's here to grow. Everyone is here to experience something within their soul to make you grow. And that's why you came here. Many of you have no idea that you came from non-physical into a physical body, a physical vessel, to experience things. And those things that you want to experience were for your soul's growth. That's all it is. So for anything to exist beyond a state of perfection is saying that you are not growing. And that's what you came here to do. The best state for you to be in is a state of imperfection, because imperfection is the state where you have continuous growth. And that is what your soul requires. That is what your soul wants. Like I said before, when we are looking for perfection, it halts our growth. You will never, ever not desire something, and you won't ever get everything done. You'll probably be on your deathbed and you'll probably be saying, hey, I want to do this, or I want to do this. And there's nothing wrong with that. But because we sit in a state of perfection and we think that we have to be perfect, what happens with us is it halts our growth. I remember many years ago, I was afraid to get in front of the camera and start shooting YouTube videos because I was afraid of what people would say. If you go back and you look at my older YouTube videos, you're going to find that some of the videos are not the best videos. The lighting is bad. Some things I forgot to say. But what I realized when I started going back over those old videos of where I started and where I came from, or where I'm going to now, there's a constant state of growth. So you don't have to be perfect to get out here and start doing something. And many people think that, oh, I got to be perfect. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to look this way. I got to look that way. But you don't. Remember that if something's perfect, what it's saying that there's no future growth beyond that. So what you want to do, again, is exist in a state of imperfection, because imperfection gives you that ability to grow. And a lot of people really don't understand that. A lot of people are guilty of really sitting in perfection and letting it halt them from their growth. When you look at parents, the first time you're a parent, you have a child, no one gives you a book on how to parent your child. You learn as you're going. You're constantly growing, and that's what the soul actually wants. When you go on that job, the first job, any job that you've been on, there's a certain period that you have to grow on. You're going to make mistakes. Things are going to happen. But eventually, you realize that you get better, and you get better, and in this state of getting better, you're constantly growing. So get out of the whole illusion of perfection, because perfection, again, causes you to split yourself into two. It causes you to compare yourself. It causes you to beat up on yourself and you criticizing yourself, because that was something that for me I would always do. I would always say, hey, by this age I'm supposed to have this. By this age I'm supposed to have that. But when I gave up this thing of perfection, that in this moment, at this age, this is the perfect moment to have this. At this age, it's the perfect moment to have that. What it began to do for me is to free me up for more growth and to experience and to be able to experience more things. So if you are a perfectionist, what you're really saying to yourself is that I want to halt my growth. And perfectionism is deeply rooted in self-love, because we are taught from an early age to please others, to be perfect for others, not for ourselves. When you go on a job, they're telling you to do the perfect job. They're telling you to when you're in a relationship, you have to be the perfect spouse, the perfect girlfriend, perfect boyfriend. And really, that doesn't exist. When you're in a relationship, you're in a job, whatever it is that you're doing, it cannot be perfect, because you're in a constant state of growth, and that's what you require. So again, the state that you want to exist in is a state of imperfectness, if that's a word, being imperfect, being sharing some imperfections, because when you're imperfect, it gives you the room to grow. And your soul came here to experience growth. That's what the soul wants. Your soul already knows that you're perfect. The soul already knows that there are no mistakes. There are no paths in the road the wrong way. You can't get it wrong. You can never get it wrong. The universe will course correct you, but the universe and you came here in, like I said, in your physical vessel to experience what you want to experience for the soul's growth. So this is from Darren McDuffie. I'm a recovering perfectionist. I no longer expect to be perfect. If you go and you look at my website, there's some things that are going on right now that I am in the midst of growing into and in the midst of going in a different direction. And if you followed me for any number of time, you know that things have changed over time with me. I'm constantly growing, and you may see something this year and you may not see it the next year, or you may see something else in 2018. But again, I am comfortable with being imperfect or perfectly imperfect, because I know within that state is where my soul can grow. Darren McDuffie, alias Fat Man, helping you become perfectly healthy and toned. One love, y'all. I'm out.